Namaskaram. This is Sandhya Shankar again with you on ACHARYA CHAT. And this program, by the way, is brought to you by Liver. It's a deodorizer, air deodorizer, air sterilizer, and a air purifier. Today, our guest will be one of the most well-known exponents of Bharatanatyam, Shobanaa Bhalchandra. So, let us meet her.
Namaste.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Shobanaa, I think I can call you that.
Surely. Yes, go ahead.
So, I must first tell you that how I wanted you so badly as our guest. Prior to this, actually, I have not seen any of your live performances. I regret that. I hope to see that soon. But meantime, what happened is, during this corona and all this, everybody was uploading something or the other, and there were so many, programs that it was getting to be reach a point of saturation. என்னாலே பார்க்க முடியல அவ்வளோ. So, having said that, my nephew's wife, Aarti Satish, who's your student, she had put it up that they are performing for Tarangani's school, and she and her daughter will be performing. So I was thinking, she and her daughter are performing. Okay, now these are family, ties. So obviously, I watched the program, and that really made me very, very excited, and I was very keen to meet you after that. This was a very unusual program, I must say, because from what I saw the whole program, it was a very nice program. Aarti and her daughter were, I think they started the program, if I'm right. Theirs was the first.
No.
Second, I think. Second. But everybody were like mother and daughter who came and performed. And in my limited scope, I have not seen. I checked with her. I said, both of you are going to the same teacher? She said, yes. Then I said, let me talk to you. And when I checked with you, you said all of them, the mother and the daughter, both have been with your teachers. And that's not just Aarti and her daughter. Right. They were about
three mother-daughter pairs.
3 pairs. And I was very fascinated by that. And I have to tell you why. Because இது எப்படி ஆறுதுன்னா, இப்போ suppose very often I learned music from someone, but it's not necessary that I send my children to the same guru. So if I'm doing that, it means that I am perfectly impressed by my guru. I want because everybody wants the best for their children. That's so true. If these people have enrolled their wards or their daughters with you, obviously they want to give their child the best.
It's the other way around. Actually, all these mothers enroll their daughters first, and then they joined.
Oh, all 3 of them?
Yeah, all 3.
Oh, you have many more combinations like this?
Yeah, I have many more mother-daughters, but that festival only I could give 3 of them.
It was a very nice one. It was very nice, and I think the choreography, the way you had kept the interest of the audience alive, that was very appreciative, honestly.
Thank you. That's what my gurus have given me.
Okay. So they have enrolled the daughters, and then when they came to, they already had, the parents had dance background?
Yeah, some dance background. And then they enrolled their daughter, and then they wanted to continue dancing, and then that's how Aarti also came to me. No, actually Aarti and Samriti came together.
How amazing. They are doing very
Young
well.
Mothers and small little daughters.
Yes. And how many of us are fortunate to have, common interests with our children?
Yeah, that's true.
Very
true.
nice.
Yeah.
So that then when I got talking to you and, understanding, I found a lot of interesting things that you do. How really did your journey in dance begin?
Actually,
how early did it begin?
Yeah, it began as early as, probably I was 6.5, 7, close to 7. Actually, I was a very, very reluctant student.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh.
And my mother, when she was in her teens, She so badly wanted to learn dancing.
Oh, I was just about to ask you
Yeah,
if your
but-
mother and you danced
No,
together.
no, no. But then my grandfather was, I mean, those days dancing was not considered very good. My grandfather said, no, you cannot learn dancing because you can't get married. People won't marry you if you become a dancer. So my mother was very frustrated and she said, I'm going to have a daughter and I'll make her learn dance. But fortunately, she had 3 daughters, not just one, she had 3 daughters, and all of us were forced into dancing. Among the 3, my first sister was the one who was most interested in dancing. I was very keen, more inclined towards music. So, I mean, my mother was a Hitler. She had an iron hand. She said, no, you have to go. So, reluctantly, I was pushed into the school, and very reluctantly, I went into dancing, you know. And first few years, I don't know how my gurus put up with me, really. I would have thrown a student like me outside. But they had such a lot of patience, and somewhere along the line it just changed. And then I started taking interest, and I started dancing, then performing with them and performing as trio sisters and all that. Something in me changed. I can't even tell you what it is, but somewhere along the line.
You can't tell what it is and when it
actually happened.
Okay.
And then I started, it was just one interest, I was performing and all that. Later on, when I got married, I started working as a PR in
Okay.
KG Hospitals, Coimbatore.
Okay.
That's when I realized that dancing took a back seat. Because I was married, I had to take care of the house, then I had to go for a full-time job. Then I realized something was really missing. I hadn't even realized that dance was so much, Natyam was so important to me. Then I realized, no, that cannot be. So I gave up my job and I just started school in a small way and started dancing. That's how it became now a part of me, and also not just part of me, it became a way of living for me.
Awesome. So when you were talking about your dance, entry into dance and how reluctant you were, today I'm sure you must be thanking your mother for this.
I should thank my gurus, not my mother. Because if the gurus had not been patient, if Master and Akka had not been patient, I would have given up dancing.
Wonderful.
If they had thrown me out of school, what would I have done?
What would you?
And I wouldn't have got a better teacher than
And that
Master.
would have demotivated you further.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have seen any purpose in it.
For a long time, Sandhya, it's not just 1-2 years. I don't know, they tolerated me for a long time. I think somewhere they saw some spark in me.
I was about to say that probably they saw a lot of promise in you.
Probably, I don't know what made them tolerate me. I have to ask them that question.
Okay. So, about your sisters, both of them were elder to you?
Yeah, I was the youngest.
Okay. So, how was it growing up together and going to the
Lots
same...
of fights.
Who was your first guru?
My only guru is Dhananjay sir, and then later on Kalanidhi Mami for Abhinaya.
Oh, you started your...
I started my adava with my first step with Dhananjay sir. Till now I'm under him.
Awesome. And your sisters also continue dancing?
My elder sister Radhika, she is stopped performing, but she's doing a lot of media work, and yes, she's also teaching.
Oh, she's still connected to dance.
Yeah, she's very much, she runs a school and all that. My middle sister is in Australia. Yes, she does dance and she does teach also.
Oh, awesome. So you were probably the second best to Lalita, Padmini, Ragini, that kind of
I
trio.
mean, I can't comment on that.
They were Travancore sisters,
Yeah,
right?
they were called Travancore sisters.
And you were known as trio sisters.
Yeah, people always used to compare us to Travancore sisters.
Obviously, yeah.
Because we were the 3 after them.
Yes, 3 after them. We've even had other people taking to dance, but very rarely 3 sisters.
3 sisters, yeah.
Yes. And did they inspire you, Lalita, Padmini, Ragini?
Not really. I said nothing inspired me. I just was thrown into the dance class. I just went there, like it became one habit to go to dance class.
Okay.
And like today, it was not twice a week, it was every day.
Oh, really?
From Monday to Sunday, there was no, I mean, you used to come back from school, have something to eat and rush to dance class. That was a routine. We didn't know anything other than that.
So, your first and even as of today, Dhananjay sir is your guru.
Yeah.
And Shanta Mami. So, can you share your experience with them. It's been a long association you've had.
Been a
with them.
long association.
And I think you're very fortunate to get such lovely gurus in terms of their own reputation and also in terms of their attitude and
Yeah. The thing is, it was not just a teacher-student relationship for us. We were the first batch of students. When Dhananjan sir came out of Kalakshetra and started his own Bharata Kalanjali, we were the first group of students. And so they had a lot of time and patience, and they have invested a lot of time in us. And it was like growing up with them. We were more like children to them. They were more like parents to us. And anything we used to run to them. I was not close to my mother, but I was close to Shantaka and Master. Any problem I had, I used to talk to them, not to my mother.
I think that's also that also is because you're meeting them
Every day, and it
every
was
day.
like they were part of our lives, you know.
Exactly.
They shaped us in every way, not just dancing and other things, but every life lessons. How organized Master was, how particular about cleanliness he was, and how he used to teach us, how he used to say you should wear a sari, you should wear puttu. All this has been imbibed in our minds, you know. It cannot go. So life lessons, valuable life lessons they've taught us, other than this beautiful art form.
They must be so proud of you today.
That you have to ask them.
No, they must have watched you perform. They must be coming for your programs.
Of course. I mean, I always, even today, when he watches a program, he'll always call me and say, these are the things that, that's not right, this is not correct. And, you know, I always wait for the feedback from him, you know.
And how obviously it's honest, but how critical is he or how encouraging is he?
No, he's very encouraging. He's very open. And it's not that I always do his choreographies. I've reached a point where I do my own choreographies. He's always open to appreciate. He's always very, very appreciative. And also, when there are mistakes, he will correct us. I mean, who else is there to correct us?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I look forward to his feedback. And if he says, Romba nanna panna, like it's like, I don't need anybody else
Anything more.
saying anything more.
No more, no reviews, nothing
one
matters.
person, he's the only person in the audience that actually matter to me. There may be 1,000 people in the audience that I don't mind. I mean, I don't care actually. But if he's there, that's something for me. If he
That
and
doesn't
Akka
make
are
you
there,
nervous? It gives you confidence?
no, doesn't make me nervous. Initially, yes, at the beginning career, little nervous in Master Nakaka, but otherwise now I'm not nervous with them. I always look for feedback from them. And
So,
likewise, Kalanidhi Mami also. With Kalanidhi Mami also long association. I joined her when I was about 18 plus.
So when you were, how old were you when you joined the
18.
Dhananjans? No,
Around.
Dhananjans? So
Dhananjans, I started at 7.
Okay.
And then Mami I joined only when I started performing as Trio Sisters, and then we went for further study of Abhinaya and all that. With Mami also very, very long association. Mami used to stay just behind my house, and when this one class got cancelled, she'll call, are you free? One class is cancelled, can you come? I never used to miss that opportunity. Quickly, I used to drape myself in a sari and run to a house for the class. It was like that. And Mami also is very close to personally.
So I think both of them saw a lot of promise and spark in you, Shobanaa.
That I
There's
don't
no
know,
denying
Sandhya. I
it.
really don't know. But I just got stuck to them
And you were strategically, geographically
Geographically,
here.
yeah, that's true.
So that
no,
today
actually,
it would save so much
yeah,
time.
that's true. My mother also, yes, she was interested in dancing, but I don't think she was so busy looking after the family. I don't think she would have had the time to take us somewhere, far away for class and all that. It so happened, we were so fortunate that the best guru was next to our house.
But today I think parents take a lot of effort to,
Yes.
take their children, promote their career.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, really be with them at every step. They're more ambitious than.
That's true. My mother never used to come for classes. I don't remember a day when my mother accompanied us to our classes. Never to our programs also, because we were so tied up with the household chores. So, but today parents, they always accompany the children, stay there in the class, and they want to know what's happening. They want to know their progress. So today's parents are more involved than our time.
Okay. That is true. I'm seeing this in every segment, be it academics, be it music, performing arts,
Yeah.
theater. Everywhere, the parents have got a,
Yeah.
very serious role to play.
That's true. For performances, she'll come for all her solo kacheris.
Uh huh.
Time permits, she'll come for our group productions also.
So they were uh, all all over the country. You had
Yeah.
already started performing.
Yeah, yeah. We've performed all over the country, traveled abroad with our gurus and by ourselves also. And today we have grown differently, all three of us.
Yes.
We don't perform together anymore because our vision is very different.
Oh, I thought the geographical
No geographical. I mean,
locations are
Radhika
different.
is just close to me, but our visions are so different. We have grown differently, and I don't think we can perform together anymore.
Okay, okay.
We look at art differently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Acha. That's very interesting. So when I was running through your work, there's so many interesting productions that you've come up with. So many. And how really do you bring up? I mean, come up with the concept, and how do you go about this?
The
I
concept.
mean, does it just strike you out of
Yeah,
the blue? And
most of the time it just strikes me. Uh, one production, Party Sunakadigal, was something that was just inside me for a long time. When I saw children on the computer looking at stories, and I used to remember my granny telling stories to me during our holiday time. you know but that was completely missing. Then I think today's children need to uh, see that aspect of grannies, not just even today grannies are watching serials. That's a different thing. But we had a lovely time. Every summer holidays we used to go to our granny's house, and then every night my granny used to sit there and used to give food like
yes,
that.
yes.
And then she used to talk about anecdotes, funny anecdotes, story, Raja Kada, Kudre Kada, all those things. And then we used to go to this magical world and imagine like we are in the Kudre, we are the ring king, we are the queen, and all that. So those things were completely lost to today's children. So I thought I should recreate that, and I kept thinking. That's when this Patisunakadegal came, and that also I said, okay, 25th year of my school, I said, let me do this because it's been on my mind for a long time. That's so Patisunakadegal. But Meera was a different thing. I had a solo production, Meera. This when I used to travel, when I used to drive the car and go, I used to have this cassette. Those days it was a cassette, no? Meera by M.S. Subbulakshmi.
Yes, yes.
And constantly I used to keep listening to those songs. I mean, those songs were really haunting me.
Absolutely.
And then the only way I could connect to them is through dancing. So I said, let me do Meera. So those are the things. When I did Meera, interestingly, when I did Meera, although it is a big hit, some people came up and say, oh, your Meera is a hit because it's all movie songs.
Oh,
Otherwise, who would come and see your Meera?
I
There
think
were comments like that.
That's very cynical.
Yeah. Then I said, okay, let me see whether I can do something else, which is no, I mean, I am not a movie person. I never use movie songs, but this was a special production which I did for MS because those songs were haunting me. Then came Tyagarasa. So I took Tyagaraja Kirtanas and I took out the Navarasa
Okay.
in Tyagaraja. That's why
Okay.
it's called Tyagarasa. So that's how Tyagarasa was born. Out of, wanting to prove something.
I think we benefited the
Yeah.
process.
So of course,
And of course, you would have also learnt
yeah, in the process, I learnt a lot. I mean, I went through 500 songs almost of Tyagaraja,
oh, it's a
which I would never have done it otherwise. So I benefited a lot.
Who
Every
supported
production-
you in that? I mean,
I
as far the
supported
music.
myself. Music.
Ah.
Music. B. Krishnamurti was one person who gave me ideas of, I said, these are the rasas that I'm taking. Can you suggest some songs? So he used to suggest songs and say, this could be used for Shringara, this could be used for. So I selected that. And then my violinist, T.K. Padmanabhan, has been a constant support for all my productions. He's a music support for me, actually.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's been with you through and through.
Throughout.
I think you've shared a very nice relationship.
We do.
So, when you come up with these concepts and these, when you do the choreography, do you run it through Dhanajayan sir or?
Not really, no.
No,
No, no, no.
not necessary anymore. Acha. So while we are there, I'm with you about this party Sonna Kadegal. I think it also got very good appreciation from people.
Yeah, we performed it quite a few places, in quite a few places.
Amazing. And that is, you're absolutely right. I think especially the generations to come, they're going to miss that magical moment of
Yeah.
sharing a very nice relationship with grandmothers and grandfathers.
No, they have a nice relationship, but the thing of hearing stories like that doesn't happen because they're so visual now. They don't imagine. They just have to go to the laptop and they see the stories being enacted. There's nothing like imagination. I feel that's a very
And you put it across very mildly. But I think grandparents are also very busy, hooked on to their own activity and serials.
they're also having serials.
Yeah, distractive. So it is.
Very interesting. My same granny who used to tell stories
Yes.
was so addicted to the serials at a later age. At 6 o'clock, she'll switch on the TV, Sun TV, she'll watch the serials till 9:30.
Because
she won't
Radhika
be
has to
bothered
come.
about what's happening around her. So, I mean, that grannies have become like that.
Grannies have become like that. Correct. I think that's idiot box is really played havoc in many such cases.
No, these things can be used wisely.
True. So, among all these productions, anything that is very, very close to your heart?
Actually, everything is close to my
All
heart.
are like your babies,
Yeah,
right?
because they're born out of lot of research and lot of thinking about it. When I used to lie down before going to bed, I used to think what movements should I do. Sometimes middle of the night, I wake up with a movement and immediately I write it down because I'll forget otherwise.
Oh my God.
And things like that. And one production which really stressed me out was Ramayana Sudha of Dushyant Sridhar.
He can't stress. He's so intelligent.
No, he gave me the production and I had exactly 1.5 months
Okay.
to choreograph a 2.5 hour production.
Okay, but
And
lot of
train the
literature you
dancers.
would have given.
Huh?
You would have given lot of literature.
Yeah. You mean he gave me entire thing. He gave me the music set and all that came to me from the last minute. He requested me, of course. He asked me if I could do. I took it up. I took up the challenge. I said, let's do it. 1.5 months, I had to do a 2.5 hour production, the entire Ramayana. So that was, but I don't know. I don't even know how I did it. Really. I can't imagine. When I first heard the songs, I said, my God, can I do this in 1.5 months to choreograph, to train the dancers and then put it on stage? I got it on August 25th. Our first premiere was in November 18th.
Oh.
So September, October, and November we had to finish the production and then we had to do rehearsals. So within 6 weeks I completed the choreography.
And you had to identify who would play which role.
No, that's okay. It was a ACHARYA CHAT. Each one played a lot of roles.
Okay.
And then I selected the dancers, all professional dancers, not just from my school. I selected from other schools
Oh,
also.
very nice, very nice.
So I had a mixed bag, and I have to give credit to all the dancers who took part. They just put themselves out, and they knew we were running short of time. And so every time I choreographed, teach them, they used to make sure that they did it correctly the next time.
In fact, I was just about to ask that how did it feel, because you have taken students from other schools, and
all these students were, so far as I know, they've all been very nice and very accommodative, and they've worked really
and
hard.
anyway, they knew the basic dance structure.
Yeah, of course, they were all professional dancers.
I know, so
yeah.
it made it.
But they took interest in the production. That I have to give it to my dancers. They took interest in the production. They wanted the production to look good, and they knew that I was running short of time, and they really put themselves out. I really had so. But for them, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Probably the subject itself is like that. These are these subjects which really are timeless in any.
Yeah. How many Ramayanams we've seen, but still we don't mind watching another Ramayana.
Exactly.
Ramayana, Mahabharata. I mean, people have done Ramayanams and Mahabharatas. How many
How
versions
many
of
versions? How many
Ramayana?
formats? Yes.
Yeah. But
Today
still,
is-
it's still interesting to watch Ramayana.
Exactly.
If you
I would
still
agree.
see a hall is full when there's a Ramayanam or Mahabharatam.
I recently went to this program, productions of Kalakshatra. Year after year, they're putting the same thing, Sabri Moksha. But
Yeah.
the stories are still the same.
But still the
there's
magic is still
something,
there.
there's something to learn from it
Yeah.
all the time. Wonderful. So, why don't you share with us some anecdotes or something which will give us a small peek into your relationships with your gurus, both Kalanidhi Mami and the Dhananjay.
Kalanidhi Mami, I said, that's what
Anything that we wouldn't know, anything out of the your memory.
Actually, one small memory that I had, that maybe that was the time I changed over. There was this program in All India Radio,
Okay.
and one minister, his name was Jagbir Singh. He had come to visit All India Radio Chennai. So it was a very last minute thing, and then Shantaka called and said, there's somebody coming there and they wanted 1/2 an hour program. So all of you come, we need to do one Korte Kummi and something. And I was so angry because my cousin had come to play with me. I said, no, I will not go. I don't want to go.
How old were you?
I probably 10, 12.
Oh.
I was so angry because my cousin had come after a long time, and we were playing all those silly games, and then I didn't want to go. I didn't want to dress up and go dance. I said, I don't want to go. But I mean, my mother being mother, there's no saying I can't go. I had to go. So I pulled a long face and I went there. And I dressed up with a lot of reluctance and went on stage looking like one sore potato, like that. And then I did so badly also.
Do we have any pictures of that?
I performed so badly because I did it deliberately, because they made me do it and I did it deliberately.
Your way of rebelling.
Yeah. And then after that, the program was over, we came home. The next day, Shantaka called me, She said, she called me alone and she said, I'm very disappointed with you. She had tears in her eyes. She said, after so many years of training and you go there and do like this, I'm very, very disappointed with you.
How many years? You're just 10 years old, so?
No, 12 years. Probably 5, 6 years. I mean, 5, 6 years. Arangetram na many years later. We were not even keen on Arangetram. We started performing and then we did Arangetram. 79 we did Arangetram. 12, 13 probably was 12, 13 or even 14, I don't know. So then she said, I'm very disappointed with you. Very disappointed. I feel so let down and I feel like I've not done a good job in training you, She said that. And that something just turned me over. I said, no.
I can't let it down.
Yeah. And then that's what I think actually changed my view of art and all that. Suddenly I started taking interest and I started doing. I think that was the episode that changed me. That was the only thing, I mean, it's vividly.
See, it's so much in your memory.
Yeah.
I think she must have, her emotional...
No, normally Shantaka is very balanced, very meticulous. I mean, she's very,
Even.
I've never seen her like that. So, when I realized that I was the cause of her to, become this way, emotional, then something in me, just said, okay, fine. Something turned and I said, okay, this is it. Because they were more like parents to me. I had so much of love and respect for them. Except that I didn't like to dance. I kept telling my mother, I want to learn music. I want to go learn music.
In fact, those days, music was looked at as a cheaper and easier option.
No, that was not my concern. Cheaper and easier option. But my inclination was towards music.
No, of course. So, any parent would have opted for that. Like mine did. My mother was very keen we learn only music and not even look in the direction of dance. Whereas I was pretty keen. I wouldn't say I was keen, but okay, something which I was looking forward to. I said, I want to learn dance. I want to learn. I said, no. It's only for people who can, who don't have a voice. Now, you have a voice, you sing. So your father was also encouraged?
No, my father never knew anything about dancing. It was only my mother who was behind us. Later on, at a later stage, when we started performing, is when my father actually started looking at dance differently, and he used to come for our programs. He became a great critic.
Oh,
so
you mean
not writing by that. I mean, he used to. He became knowledgeable in understanding the art.
Absolutely, when he has got 3 daughters.
Yeah.
And
Earlier, my father's family was not too much into dancing and all that. But my mother was the one who stood behind it. So, as I told you, an Iron Lady.
Absolutely. Very fascinating. Our mothers have been, seriously, very strong women who had their way at the end of the day.
No, my mother always had a way. Yeah. So it's wrong to say that women were subservient. Okay, they had other things like they had to listen to their husband. They were financially dependent on their husband. All those things were there. But many women were strong.
Strong, and most often they try to live their lives through the.
Yeah, but I think that's a very wrong thing to do, Sandhya. Though.
Absolutely. Today, especially, it's not at all welcome.
Today, children are not like that.
Yeah, neither are the parents.
Yeah. No. Today, parents are more ambitious for their children. But children, you can't force them beyond a certain level. They say no, it's no. What can you do? It's just not okay.
Have you had students such as that where the parents have been inclined to teach them, but the students
Yeah,
have been
many
reluctant?
of them. Many of them. Many of them.
So how do you advise that, and how
No.
how do you know that we are not losing out to Shobanaa there by letting go easily?
See, the thing is, first of all, when they come to you as children, they relate to you as people.
Okay.
They don't see you as an artist, or they don't see you like a Kalaimamani award or a Padma Shri. It doesn't matter to a child of 6 years whether you have a Kalaimamani or whether you have a Padma Shri or whether you are this and that. It doesn't matter to them. But they see you as a human being whom they can relate to. So if the child can relate to the teacher on a human level, then there's every chance the child will take interest in the art. But having said that, there are sometimes there are children who are very interested in the art form, but you know that they cannot dance because they have the bodies are not made for dancing.
Okay.
So in that case, I give them 2-3 years. Sometimes a child can turn over and become better, but I give them 2-3 years, and then when I find that the child is struggling even to get a basic position, her body is not allowing her, although she is doing very hard work, then I call the parents and say, this is not for your daughter. I would rather tell them earlier than wait for 10 years and then tell them that your child is not meant for dancing. They are going to ask me, what did you do for 10 years?
Correct. Your conscience doesn't permit you to do
Yeah.
that.
I feel it's not right for them to waste their time and energy on an art that is not going to benefit them in the long run.
So what has been their response in such cases? And more so often, I mean, what happens?
Yeah.
Do they take
most of the
such
parents
advice
take
well?
it, no, most of the parents take it well. I have had some parents who say it doesn't matter, she need not go on stage, but she's so passionate about dancing, let her continue.
Okay.
There have been cases like that also, who just learn for the joy of dancing. In that case, then I let the child learn.
Yes,
It doesn't
yes.
matter. But if they're ambitious for the child to go to perform and go on stage and make it a career, then I feel it's not right for me to take them through the whole training course and just tell them no, they are not fit to be on stage. It's not like some people cannot hold Shruti. So how do you teach them Shruti? If they cannot hold Shruti, they cannot sing. It's like that. So they don't have talam. They can't do a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, they can't do. It's not in them. But see, out of 10, 9 people will have the rhythm. Rhythm is there for everyone. But that one person may not have it. In that case, I have to tell them. I cannot teach them rhythm. I can only teach them, enhance the rhythm concept in them. If they can't keep beat of just one simple 1, 2, 3, 4, then they will not be able to move further.
I think that shows a lot of integrity on your part, that you don't take them for a longer
Right.
journey and then.
No, it's not right. I feel it's also waste of my time.
Yes.
I invest time in someone who's not going to make it, and the art is not going to help her in any way. I feel it's not right. She may be good in painting, she may be good in music, who knows?
And this calls for a lot of time and
Energy,
dedication,
yeah.
energy. As you rightly said, probably it can be invested whatever the child is good
Yeah,
at.
whatever is good. And today, children, they're very clear about once they're 10, 12, they know what they want. At least they think they know what they want.
You spoke my mind. Yeah, they think they know what they want. Then they want to
And they
dabble
learn
in
it the
it, and
hard
they
way. I mean, that's the only way they're going to learn. Okay, let them learn it the hard way. What else to do?
See, they are also exposed to so much today.
Yeah.
Just Google and they hear say so many
Yeah.
things. So they think they're, there's a momentary interest. Sometimes it's long lasting, but otherwise they want to try out more things.
They think they know their mind. Not only their mind, they think they know our minds also. That's the biggest thing,
Okay. Have you had, how is the Guru Shishya relationship as your time with Kalanidhi Mummy and Dhananjay's, and with your students as of now?
Actually, there's been a lot of difference. It has changed. The Guru Sishya relationship has changed.
For the better?
I think for the better. Because in earlier days, earlier to my time also, I'm talking, gurus were like, used to get up, stand there, be so scared of the guru. You were not allowed to ask questions, and not my time, earlier. So whatever the guru said, you had to do it. You didn't have a choice of saying, oh, can I do it this way? I don't understand. Is it right? No, you have to do what the guru says. In my time also, we were not that we were not allowed to ask questions, but we had this kind of holding back, like, oh, guru, we should not ask. Whatever they say, it should be right. It cannot be wrong.
It can't be wrong.
So we just blindly followed them. And till date, when master enters, I get up. I don't sit.
Oh.
So that is a kind of respect
Culture
and
that we've...
reverence we have for our gurus. But today, children, they treat you more like a friend. In a lot of ways, they're more comfortable with you. Okay. And they ask you questions. They say, why should you do it like this? Why can't we do it the other way around? So they're also thinking, and I encourage them to think. They're more like friends. They talk to me like friends. Like, they bring their problems to me. And, the young girls, they always have a problem falling in love. And, all those problems come to me. But that's because they treat me on their level and friend. And in a way, it's good. I think it's good. It's not that they lack respect. It's just that they're more comfortable like being with their own mother or their own older sister.
That doesn't affect, your dancing...
No. In class, I have my... no. That doesn't affect. Even in class, they are encouraged to ask questions. They say, no, I think if you do right for this, it will be better. People will express their opinion. And if I think it is right, it has value, I will take it.
No wonder there are students who swear by you, Shobanaa. We'll take a small commercial break here, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
I am scared. So are my customers. How do I make them feel safe? Should I sanitize everything? But how does one sanitize air? How to make it clean and healthy? Green Factor presents Live Air. All-in-one air sterilizer, purifier and deodorizer. With 4-step air filtration technology. Pre-filter that removes harmful pollutants. HEPA filter blocks microns up to 0.3. Multiple UV tubes, sterilize. I am scared.
So back here with you to continue this lovely conversation with Shobanaa. Shobanaa, we have some, we've managed, our team has worked hard to get some pictures and probably to bring back some fond memories for you. Shall we have a look at that?
Sure.
Do you, can you, I know there must be innumerable dance performances.
Yeah.
But
This is from
this-
my Tyagarasa, what I was talking about, Navarasa and Tyagaraja Kirti. This is from that. This
Which
is
rasa
Tyagarasa.
is this?
This is Arpuda.
Arpada?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a solo performance that you
Yeah,
did?
it was a solo performance.
You can elaborate on it?
Yeah, actually, when it happened after my Meera,
Okay.
very next year I did Tyagarasa. And I said, let me take something very, very traditional and then try and see if it's as effective as my Meera.
And you got a good response?
I got a very good response. I
Excellent.
made it out into CD also, DVD.
Oh, we should get a copy of that.
Tyagarasa DVD I made. And then that's when I worked with Tyagaraja Kritis. Although I had learnt music, but this many Tyagaraja Kritis
Yes,
to look
yes,
at, and
yes.
to actually you look at from the point of view of dancing, not just
So
Tyagaraja Kritis.
what was your initial feelings, and did it change over the course of this production?
Yeah, when I started, I just hit on the idea. I said, let me do Navarasa of Tyagaraja, because Tyagaraja is known for his bhakti and devotion.
Exactly.
But having said that, there are a lot of kirtanas which bring out so many other rasas. So I said, let me explore those kirtanas which bring out different rasas other than bhakti. So, I mean, even
Like,
Shringara or Arpuda, everything is
anger.
yeah, it's all stemming from the bhakti.
Mm.
But they are having a different shade. So I said, let me work on those shades. And it took almost 8 to 10 months for me to, kind of pick out the kirtanas and then add suitable swarams for it, and then add jatis for a format, like a varnam format and things like that. So it did take about 8 to 10 months for me.
So,
And it was a big learning process.
Most of your productions, it takes a lot of time, and
It does.
when you choose the costumes and
Yeah. Costumes are neutral Bharatanatyam costumes, so
Okay.
it is okay. It didn't take too much of a time, but the concept took a lot of time for me to come out with. Then I also had to see that ragams cannot be repeated, and then we have to have different talams. All those things had to be looked at.
this would have given you an opportunity to enjoy the beauty of his compositions.
It really gave me a lot of insight into Tyagaraja Kritinis.
Excellent.
I was reading, I got so many books, started reading Tyagaraja Kritinis, and I could see the depth of his devotion. And
So there's a lot of research involved with every production of
Yes,
yours.
every production.
I must say that for a person who's just watching, very few of us understand that there's so much of
Work.
back end work which has been done.
Yeah, that's true.
Right
That's
from the time when the idea has come,
Yeah.
and then you have to work on not just the music or the jatis or the swaras, but lot of other factors.
Yeah, it's like one dot.
Mm.
And then you just have to keep drawing circles and designs and then fill it up with colors, and it's like that. Like
Has this production gone to other countries also?
Tyagarasa, I have taken it to South Africa.
Oh,
Tyagaraja festival in South Africa had called me. So what I did at that point is, I didn't do it as a solo. I did couple of solo numbers and then taught it to a group of dancers there.
seriously?
Yeah. And that was Tyagarasa in
But
South
how
Africa.
can you? How could you teach them
I went there. I went there to teach them.
ahead of time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did a workshop, and then I spent time teaching 4 or 5 numbers to a group, and then I did some on my own.
That must have been very satisfying.
Yeah, it was. And then the children there, students there also enjoyed it. It was something. Likewise, Tevaram. I did Tevaram also.
Okay.
But Tevaram, it was again a solo production.
Okay.
But I'm planning to do a group out of it, but it's not materializing as of now.
I think the right time has to come.
Yeah, for everything.
Let's
yeah.
see the next picture.
That's my Meera. You'll be wondering why I'm like this in a Bharatanatyam costume for Meera.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, she's a Rajput princess. That's what
no,
people
I never did it
anticipate.
as a costume drama.
Okay.
That was the idea of Meera.
Okay.
I did it in a normal Bharatanatyam costume, and I showcased Meera as a young Meera, the part 1, and then a married Meera, and then Meera in search of Krishna. These were the 3 parts that I did. I wore the same costume throughout. This was a DVD that I did on Meera. When the shooting was happening, they took some pictures. This is a Meera picture.
Oh, so you use the songs like Kaatrilile
Yes,
Varangeetham.
yeah.
I
Kaatrile
think it was
Varangeetham, Maraindha Koondilirundu.
it was very much people spoke about your production.
Yeah,
at
Meera
that point
was,
of time.
people could relate to it because of the songs.
Yeah.
Really because of MS.
It must
MS
have
had-
brought back a.
Yeah, MS had really made waves with that.
So you played the
movie.
same track?
No, 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 no. No. My singers sang that.
Yeah, but you maintain the same tune and.
Yeah, maintained the same tune, but then we had to add some swarams, then little bit of jatis here and there, like that.
So that was that. Did that receive any? I'm sure. I mean, I've heard people appreciating it and talking about it. But did it receive any comparisons with the movie?
No,
Thankfully, no.
no.
I think people were wise
I
enough
was
to
very
understand.
particular that it should not be compared to the movie because the magic of movie can never be brought on stage.
Yeah.
So that's why it was made completely differently. It was not a costume drama. It was just a pure Bharatanatyam costume depicting the different stages of Meera. Only through dancing.
Acha. Shobana, I'm just curious now. When you did Tyagarasa and you did Meera, there are two different individuals at that point of time.
Yeah.
One is worshipping Krishna or loves Krishna. One worships Rama.
Yeah.
And gender is different. Their geographical locations are different. They all are from history. Did you find any inward responses that you had when you researched about that?
See,
As
when you
characters.
say gender, Tyagaraja has written many kritis. That doesn't mean that it was only for male people to do it.
Okay.
For example, when you say Kshetriya Padams, Kshetriya is a man
Yes,
who's written
yes.
poems on women emotion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Tyagaraja has written on Shringara. Rama Abhirama Ramaniya Nama is a Shringara. Where, as you know, Vaishnava philosophy, they say only male is Paramatma. The rest of them
The rest are all like gopis.
female.
Yeah. Correct.
Longing for union with the Paramatma. So there are songs where Tyagaraja has imagined himself be in, wanting to be in union with the Lord. So there are many songs. That's the whole philosophy. It's not gender based or anything like that.
Very nice. Very nice. Let us see what they have for us next.
This is Ramayana Sudha of Dushyant Sridhar.
Oh.
This is the Jatayu trying to
How did they? I mean, look at the leap. Huh?
leap.
Huh?
These, I told you, these are all professional. That boy is Utyo. He's Dhananjayan sir's student.
Okay.
And the lady's girl is my student, Kripa Lakshmi. The other one is Sanat, who is Srijit Krishna's student.
Oh. And he's Ravana.
No, Ravana. He's Ravana and that is Jatayu.
Jatayu.
And the Sita. I mean, each one did many roles, multiple roles. It was
Yes.
again a ACHARYA last time. I had 8 dancers.
Okay.
And they had multiple roles. One scene, one is Sita, the next scene, there's another Sita. So it was like that. That's the idea of ACHARYA last year. Each one, they don't have, it's not costume drama again.
It's not costume drama.
Somehow I don't like costume drama. Only costume drama I did was
Parties on the Kadega. I think there it
called
it was
for. Called for because monkeys and birds and all that I had to show it a little
Yes.
bit. I mean, I didn't make it too much costume, but I had
Why
to.
don't you like costume drama? Just a
I somehow feel
curious
it.
question.
It drops the production of its dancing. It's more on costume. You wear big crown and come. I mean, where is the imagination of the audience? It's all, everything is given to them. They just watch one drama with a crown, I mean, that's all. For me, dancing should bring out the character, not the costume.
Okay, that should be predominant.
Yeah, because it's a dance drama. It's not a drama. For me, I've never liked costume dramas.
Okay, in costume drama, you feel that dancing takes a back seat visually,
Yeah, visually, I feel the costumes dominate.
and that's not required.
No, I mean, it's my opinion.
Yeah, your opinion.
That is my beloved Mami. Mami was like a mother to me, and she always used to tell me, first take care of your family. Dance எல்லாம் அப்புறம் பண்ணிக்கலாண்டி முதல்ல ஃபேமிலி போய் பார்த்துக்கோ. That's what she used to say, முதல்ல சமை ஆத்துக்காரருக்கு சமை அவர் வீட்டில் வரும்போது ஆஃபீஸ்லேருந்து வரும்போது வீட்டில் எங்கேயும் சுற்றின்னு இருக்காத ப்ரோக்ராம். I mean, these are the life lessons she taught me.
See, you know, they were so wise with their own experience. Even I think it was Priyadarshini Govand who said that Mami made sure that how she managed her time, you know, with her. When her husband comes home for lunch, she was fully attentive. And then just after that, she can have a class.
Yeah.
So she learnt it from.
Yeah. Mami always used to say. And then with Mami, because it's so close by, whenever I used to cook any special dish, I used to take it to Mami and give it. It was like, I mean, she's so close by. She's almost like my, you know, neighbor, like mother, staying as a neighbor. I used to go visit her all the time.
It's all your family.
Yeah. This is my beloved Master Nakka, whom I've grown up with.
Absolutely.
Grew up with them from this.
So they know as much about you like
They
your
know
parents.
more about me than I know about myself.
And it's so you know, so lovely to
I've never had felt this need of going to a different guru, honestly. Today this guru hopping has become a stylish thing, fashionable thing.
Why?
But for me, I have never found a need to find another guru.
I think that's
Except Master and Mami, there's nobody else who's played a big part in my journey, and I don't want anyone to play a part also. I'm very happy I haven't even learned 1/10 of what they have.
I hope they're watching this program.
I don't know.
Otherwise we'll play it for
I've
them.
never found a need.
So lovely.
I've never found a need to go to a different teacher. Today it's become so common, you know, because children today, youngsters are so ambitious. They don't want to wait to learn. See, the art takes a time. It's not like the moment you join, you'll start learning. You have to grow with the teacher, and then you have to. Even today, I have so many things to learn from Master Nakka. So that kind of patience they don't have. That person is teaching something. Let's go learn that. You know, it's the kind of.
Is it because of this workshop culture program?
Workshop is okay, Sandhya. I'm also open to my students attending workshop of other teachers. They see a different perspective and all that. I'm very open to that. But actually changing teachers at you know, somehow I feel it's not needed. If you're the right teacher, then you don't need to change. You can always learn by observing. You don't need to go to another teacher.
Because I have, of course, not dance, but all other art forms. Like, for example, I've heard of when somebody announces a yoga workshop or a painting workshop. I think, how can you learn anything in 3 days?
No, you can. See, today the times are different.
Probably
Sandhya.
the technique you learn, but it requires so much practice and
That is
I
true.
mean,
See,
it's a
even when you
long
go to a
thing.
workshop, when I do a lot of workshops for like Ashtanayika workshops and all I do, it's not that they're learning the technique. They're learning just the pieces from me, and then they have to kind of fine tune it.
What is this Ashtanayika?
Ashtanayika is an interesting. When the pandemic started, I started teaching Ashtanayika for a group of my own students, and many of them from UAE.
Okay.
Mainly in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah,
Acha.
and all of them joined.
You've always been teaching them online?
Yeah. No, this pandemic started the whole new culture. I've always been teaching online, but this kind of workshop for 10 months almost, 8 months. Workshop for 8 months I started, and that's when I started teaching Ashtanayika.
Okay.
So there were some young children there, and who were questioning about how can, you know, waiting for your man, that's so stupid. I mean, they couldn't even relate to it. So that's when I made this movie which they could relate to. Modern, even today, emotions are the same, whatever it is. 50 years back and today, the love you have for your husband, the love you have for your child is the same. It cannot change. So I wanted to show them that even today Ashtanayika is relevant. So I made a movie.
I think we have a small
Small
clipping
clip
of that.
of the movie.
We managed to.
So this movie was made keeping in mind the younger generation.
Okay.
So they could just not relate to Teruvil Varano. They just could not relate to. I mean, he comes on the road, you wait at the doorstep, what nonsense. That kind of attitude. So I said today,
Yes.
in today's world also, Abhisarikas go, someone who goes out to meet. And someone, Vasal Sajika, or someone who waits. Made the movie. So people were able to relate. Oh, today also Abhisarika is there, Vaso Sajika is there. Fine.
Where can people get to watch this? It's
On
very
my
seems to be-
YouTube, Ashtanayika, in my YouTube.
Acha.
Ashtanayika, the real woman.
Ashtanayika, the real woman. I'm sure many of them are going to watch it.
Oh, this was a program where Master did Dasharatha and I did Kaikeyi. We've performed to many places, Dasharatha and Kaikeyi. One of my favorite roles that I played with Master.
Oh, it's a very powerful role.
It's a very powerful role, but Master usually used to make people cry.
Oh,
Yeah.
ah,
Because he was, so much like Dasharatha, begging Kaikeyi to, allow Rama to stay. And people used to hate me. How can you make Master cry so much? You're so hard-hearted and all
I mean,
that.
he used to enact it so beautifully.
Yeah. It was one of my favorite.
It's like,
parts.
Shobana, this reminds me of something totally out, out of context. When I was a child, I think I watched this film Karnan, where Sivaji Ganeshan plays Karnan and Muthu Kumar plays Arjuna. After that, I was very young. After that, whichever film Muthu Kumar came, Muthuraman, sorry.
Muthuraman.
I used to get so annoyed with him. I'll
Yeah.
tell my mother, I don't want to watch this film because Muthuraman is a bad guy.
No,
he
it
killed
happens
Shivaji
like that.
Ganeshan.
It happens like because they create an impression. Now, if you say Shivaji, like Veerabandya Kattabomman, only people think of Shivaji.
Exactly.
They don't think of the real Veerabandya Kattabomman.
எங்க அம்மா சொல்லுவா அவன் மேல ஏன் கோச்சுட்டு இருக்கேன் no me my sister all of us and my brother we said Muthuraman is a bad guy so after that we didn't want to watch
So,
any
see,
film.
movie is a very powerful media.
Yes,
That's why people are careful in projecting the image of being a good person in the movie.
true,
It's a very powerful media. You can't dispute that, no?
true. It makes a very big impact on
Yeah,
the viewer.
true. This is my Partisona Kadaigal,
Wow.
where the birds were unity is strength.
How you must have enjoyed this production a
Yeah,
lot.
really enjoyed, and my children really worked hard to get the movement, and it was a very different movement. Bird movement was not really Bharatanatyam, but in a way that it looked like a bird,
Okay,
like
okay.
even monkeys.
Okay, so you had to incorporate different styles
No, not styles. Same Bharatanatyam with a little twist here and there.
and the children all of them cooperated.
Yeah, of course. Children are so happy. Enjoyed the whole process of making it. This is my group of my kuteeps. Now they're all grown up.
But how is it you have not grown up?
Of course, I've grown.
No, you look
I've
just the
aged, I've
same.
not grown up,
No,
I've
no,
aged.
that's what I meant. You just not changed. Shobana.
Maybe I looked old then.
Probably dance is keeping you. The
I
way
looked
you
old
are.
then when I was young. And I continue to look old.
No. It must be very enriching to see your students grow up.
Yeah, I mean, some of them came to me
Some
as...
of them are performing?
Yeah, many of them are performing. In fact, some students who came to me at 6 and 7, now they're performing, they have their own schools and, you know,
Amazing.
and they have their own children. I say, my God. That's when I realized that I'm a fossil. I'm age. I mean, I'm ancient and almost a fossil.
So what about your own children?
I have one son. He's married and he's settled in US.
Okay.
And the daughter-in-law happens to be my student also.
Excellent, excellent. So, dance has not left your family.
Yeah, it's not left my family. Hopefully, my daughter-in-law will continue.
No, it will all come back, and then probably the next generation also.
Hopefully.
Yes.
But my students are there to take it for me. You know, so many
sweet.
of my
So
students have
sweet.
established all over the place, and I just said, okay, it's time for me to retire.
I don't think your students are willing to let go of you.
No, but many of them have done their own institutions, and I'm very proud of all my students who have done so well, and most of them are continuing dance in some way or the other.
Some way or the other. You have, you've given them the love for dance.
That's, I think, important for any guru. My guru gave me the love for this art form.
In fact, a reluctant student that you were.
Yeah. I was the worst student that any guru could think of.
Wow.
This is my pet, Jeeves. He's more like my child, and I lost him a few weeks back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That must have been very heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. It's a big void in my life. And he used to be in class all the time with me.
Quietly.
Yeah. He was so used to, from day one, he was used to dance classes. And sometimes he used to lie down in the middle of the class. And people used to dance around him. He was very happy.
You know, this is some side of you which only they can bring it out from you. You know,
Definitely.
this, having a dog at home, it's just not having a dog at home. It's like
It's
they're
a
one
child.
of the family.
It's your family. You can't treat them any other way. I've always been used to dogs and cats in my house. My father was a great animal lover, and that's how I got the genes from him.
This must have been a huge blow for you.
I've lost many dogs like that, but what to do?
What to do? We have 3 at home, and I think now all are my daughters-in-law. My older daughter-in-law. She's brought all 3 of them. And I think among many other things, these are the best gifts that she's brought
Yeah,
home.
definitely.
They become a part of the family.
God's best creation is dog. Really.
So this has been a very lovely evening that we've had this conversation. What would you like to leave for our viewers? Aspiring dancers,
Yeah, aspiring
to
young...
your own students, other students.
young generation of dancers who are coming up by dozens. All my advice to them is dance with passion. Don't dance for getting more programs or being one up. That's not required. Dance should give happiness. You should be able to feel happy. If the dance doesn't give you happiness, it gives you bitterness, then the art is not doing its job. So be happy. Everybody has a line to follow. Everybody has one road to follow. And just keep following your heart. It doesn't matter whether you get awards or whether you get shows or not there. But just do happily dance. And try and teach it to younger generation. The happiness of Natyam. Not Natyam, but also the happiness that it gives.
What a lovely message, Shobanaa. Honestly, if it weren't for Bharatanatyam, which other dance form do you think you are best suited for?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I would have done anything else. I think Bharatanatyam suits me. Probably a little bit of Mohiniyattam, but no, I think... Maybe I've just grown up with it. I don't even know other forms of dance. My body doesn't know any other form
Any
of
other
dancing.
form. Like you
And
don't know
I
any other guru.
No, I don't know any other guru. And I don't think one lifetime is enough to master one art form.
True.
Just one art form, one lifetime is not enough. How can you learn multiple art forms? You can learn it just to
just
understand
to,
the movement, understand the technique. But you can never be masters of two forms, according to me.
So it's better to be dedicated to one art form
Definitely,
and
definitely.
pursue that.
It's always better being a specialist than a general person.
It's been such a lovely afternoon talking to you, and thank you so much for coming to our show.
Thank you, Sandhya. The
We look
pleasure was
forward
mine.
to seeing your performances.
Surely.
And wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. The pleasure was mine, and thank you, viewers.
I think we have a question for you
Okay.
from the viewers before we close. So, would you remember the first batch of students, early students that you taught, and are they all still, in the performance area?
Actually, the first student I started my school was Subiksha Pai. Of course, I'm very close to her, to her family, more like an extended family, and Nandita with Dinesh. Both of them, unfortunately, are not able to continue dancing. But Nandita has gone into theatre and she's done wonderful work. Subi is a beautiful mother taking care of two children. And not that they've forgotten dancing, but the circumstances are such they're not able to continue. But rest of them in the first batch, they are continuing. They have their own schools and all that.
That must be very
Yeah,
heartening.
it's very heartening to see people continue dance. Of course, I would say out of 10, 4, probably 3 or 4 will continue, and that's a good number.
That's a good
Yeah.
number. Yeah. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Sandhya. Thanks for
you.
inviting me. The pleasure was really mine.